Alright, this one here is going to be a little bit longer. Just a little bit. So we have the square root of 2x plus 3. We're going to go through with the first few problems here, kind of some of the possibilities that you might see, and then we'll go back and work some easier problems. So we've got the radical here of 2x plus 3 minus the square root, I should say, of x minus 2 is equal to 2. What we'll want to do is take this guy here over to the right hand side, so let's rewrite. So we have 2x plus 3, let's finish that off, is equal to 2 plus the square root of x minus 2. And then what we'll do is square both sides to get rid of this radical. So rewriting. When we square the square root, remember that is just going to go away, so we're kind of skipping those intermediate steps. And now on this one here, I'm going to skip some intermediate steps. We're going to do it this way. So 2 times 2 is 4. Right? And then 2 times the square root of x minus 2. And then we do that again. 2 times the square root of x minus 2 becomes 4 times. We add both those terms together. And then the last term would be the square root of x minus 2 times the square root of x minus 2, so that just ends up with x minus 2. So hopefully you were able to hang in there on those intermediate steps. And so now we have 4 minus 2, so that's going to give us 2 plus x plus 4 times x minus 2. And we have 2x plus 3. All right. We're going to now take the 2x over here to the left, so we end up with 2x minus x, and then 3 minus 2. So 2x minus x is x. 3 minus 2 is just 1. Now to get rid of this radical, we're going to square both sides. Alright. And we square this, so this is going to be x times x is x squared. Then x times 1, and then 1 times x, so that'll be 2x. Add both those terms together, and then 1 times 1 is just 1. Of course, we square the 4, and that becomes 16. And then we have the squaring the square root, and that's just going to go away. So we have 16x minus 32. Yeah, 16 times 2, 32. We'll go ahead and rewrite the left side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get everything over to the left. So we have x squared minus 16, and then, oh, I took this over here, yeah. I should have probably wrote the 2x first. And then we have the plus 1, and then bringing that 32 over, that becomes positive 32, and that's equal to 0. Now let's go ahead and collect up all the like terms. And so we have x squared minus 14x, and let's see, plus 33, yeah, and that's equal to 0. Okay, so this one here shouldn't be too bad on factoring. Right, so we look at 33, I'll write that over here, little side work. So some factors of 33 is like 3 and 11. So I'm going to try that. See, we could try 1 and 3, we could do 3 and 11, or 11 and 3, yada yada. Okay, so, alright, so we have a positive, we have a minus sign here, so my guess is that both of these are going to be minus. Let's put a 3 here and 11 here. So negative 3 times negative 11 is going to be positive 33, and then of course when we add these together we get negative 14, so that looks good. And then we set both these factors equal to 0, and therefore we get x is equal to 3 on this one, and then let's do setting that, and we get x is equal to 11. So it looks like that our possible solutions, now these are possible solutions here, we'll have to check that. 3 and 11 are possible solutions. So what we'll need to do now is go back to the original equation. Which I'll just have to rewrite again. So we have 2x plus 3 minus x minus 2, and this is equal to 2. So let's go now and check this out. So we plug 3 in. Right, minus, so we have to check this. Right, so this is we'll put a question mark here. This is possibly equal to 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. So we'll go ahead and I'll skip everything there. And then this is 1. Now we have 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. So that's actually checking out. Okay, so it looks like that in our solution set, 3 is definitely going to be a solution. Alright, and then what we'll do is check out for 11. So 2 times 11 plus 3 minus 11 minus 2. Okay, so this is a possible, we'll put a question mark here, possibly equal to 2. Alright, so this is going to be 22 plus 3 is 25, minus, and 11 minus 2 is 9. So this is 5 minus 3, which actually is equal to 2. So it looks like that 3 and 11, right, these are our solutions to the equation. So that looks like that checks out. So both of the solutions, their possible solutions, were actually solutions. Right. So that looks like that worked out pretty well. And let's take a look at another one where we have looks like rational coefficients. And I think this is actually number 3. Wow, we're not moving very fast, are we? These problems are getting longer. So x to the 2/3 minus x to the 1/3 minus 6. Minus 6, okay? So we're going to use what's called substitution here. We're going to use substitution, and we're going to let u equal x, in this particular case, x to the 1/3. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rewrite this so maybe you see this a little better. I can rewrite this as x to the 1/3 and the whole thing squared. So this would be the first term, minus, and then we just go ahead and rewrite x to the 1/3 here, minus 6 equals to 0. Okay. So we're going to let u equal x to the 1/3. So let's go ahead and do that substitution. So this is u right here, squared minus u minus 6 is equal to 0. And now let's see here. Well, I think we can factor this fairly easily. Okay, so what about 2 and 3? 2 and 3, and this is a minus, so this will probably be a minus and a plus. Right, so plus 2 minus times negative 3 gives us negative 6, and we add them together, we get negative 1. Alright, so we set both these factors equal to 0, and it looks like that solution is going to be negative 2, and then set this one and solve for u. We get u is equal to 3. Okay, so these are the two possible solutions, and we definitely are going to have to probably check that out. But you know what? We're not done, because remember, we let u, this was a substitution here. Okay, so we can't forget that. So what we'll do now is I'll take this negative 2, since that's u, and remember that this was set, that u was equal to x to the 1/3. And so now we need to solve for x in this problem, and that means that we'll have to cube both sides, right, if we want to solve for x here. Okay, so this just becomes what, negative 8, and 1/3 times 3 is 1, so then therefore x is equal to negative 8. X is equal to negative 8, and then we'll have to do that for the 3. So u is 3, but remember, right, it's equal to x to the 1/3. That's a 3 there. That thing was morphing into a 5, it looked like. And so then what we do is we go ahead and I guess I'll just do it right here. We shall cube both sides, and this becomes 27 is equal to x. Right, 27 is equal to x. And then of course you can go back up there and plug that stuff in up here in the top, excuse me. Right, so there we go. Okay, all right.